The home where 4 University of Idaho students were murdered is set to be demolished today, but families of the victims are trying to stop the demolition, stating there are still questions that need answered. And a jury has reached a verdict in a 2022 gang shooting that left a Kennewick man dead.
And we're tracking dense fog this morning with poor visibility. We're even seeing some freezing fog in the area. As you can see on our camera, not a lot to see, so get up early and make a safe ride to work.
This is Apple Valley News Now. Good morning, Northwest, on your side.
Good morning and thank you for joining us. I'm Riley Fitzgerald.
And I'm Stacy Lee. Well, very foggy this morning.
Definitely foggy. I had to scrape the car this morning.
Right. This is one of those mornings where you got to get up a couple extra early, minutes,
yes,
not only to get your windshield clear, but also to drive a little bit slower this morning. So
definitely
take it easy. We're even seeing a little bit of freezing fog on the roadway, so we do want to be safe out there. Let's head on over and check out our visibility map right now in the area. Again, we're going to see some dense fog and freezing patchy fog through the area. There is a dense fog warning in place till 10 o'clock this morning. That will continue again till about 10. It could be extended, but right now that's what we're seeing all around the region in the Columbia Basin. This is where we're seeing a lot of that freezing fog. So I-82 could have pockets of ice and slick roads, and right here in the Columbia Basin as well. So plan ahead for that. Here's what it looks like on our Legends Casino Skycam. 31 degrees. So yep, we're right at that freezing level. Winds are light. Our feels like temp, it's chilly, 28. So it's that kind of wet, cold, foggy, chilly morning. Temperatures elsewhere around the area. We got 29 right now in Yakima, 34 in Hermiston, 31 degrees in Walla Walla. So look for that dense freezing fog today. That's gonna, the warning will expire around 10 o'clock. Poor visibility for our commute this morning. If we can break out of this layer of fog, could we see a little bit of sunshine today? That is yet to be seen. We do have weekend showers and some snow showers coming to the mountains. I'll get to all the details in your First Alert full weather forecast. Riley?
Thank you, Stacy. The off-campus house where 4 University of Idaho students were brutally murdered is set to be demolished this morning. School officials are calling it an important step toward finding closure, but some family members disagree. ABC's Andrea Fuji has the details.
This morning, the home where 4 University of Idaho college students were killed last year is set to be torn down, but not without opposition from some of the victims' families.
I think the world agrees with them, but the home also has a significant emotional value to it.
In a new statement, the families of Kaylee Gonzalez and Xana Kernodle argue the house is also a critical piece of evidence, saying when the victims can't speak, you have to speak for them when you feel someone is hurting the case. They say having access to the house could eventually help with key questions, such as, could the surviving roommates hear a dog barking from the 3rd floor? Screams? Can you hear those same sounds from the bottom apartment? Gonzalez, Kernodle, Ethan Chapin, and Madison Mogan were found stabbed to death in the home in November last year. Prosecutors allege Brian Koberger, a criminology PhD student at nearby Washington State University, broke in and killed them. He did not offer a plea, so the judge entered a not guilty plea on his behalf. The FBI recently canvassed the home in October, gathering data to create visual aids that can be used during the trial.
Visual aids, they provide more information that allow for the understanding of photographs and videos. They can provide measurement. They can provide the location of walls, for example, or the directions of cameras.
The University of Idaho owns the home and says it represents a grim reminder of the murders, saying it is time for its removal and to allow the collective healing of our community to continue. Meanwhile, a trial date for Koberger has still not been scheduled, an added frustration for the victims' families.
The demolition of that house is set to begin this morning. Neither the prosecution nor the defense objected. A Kennewick man is facing more than 20 years in prison after a jury found him guilty this week of murdering a gang rival. In a unanimous verdict, a jury has found 28-year-old Ramon Alejandro Candido guilty of murder in the 2nd degree and unlawful possession of a firearm in the 1st degree. Candido shot and killed 25-year-old Ezekiel Sanchez at the intersection of 1st Avenue and Dayton Street in Kennewick after he pulled up in a vehicle next to the one Sanchez was riding in. Candido argued he acted in self-defense, but the jury disagreed. A sentencing hearing date has not yet been set. An investigation is underway after police said an inmate at the Yakima County Department of Corrections was found dead Saturday. According to the agency, a corrections officer found Daniel Davis laying unconscious in his bed. They say the officer attempted to perform life-saving measures and called 911. An autopsy took place on Tuesday. The cause of death is pending while awaiting toxicology results. The Yakima County Sheriff's Office said it was called to conduct the death investigation and review with the Yakima City Police Department, who will be working on the independent investigation. Davis was booked on December 21st and was held on charges of criminal trespass, first degree, resisting arrest, and shoplifting. Authorities have released new information on a crash that happened on Christmas Eve in Yakima that sent 3 people to the hospital and ended in 1 person under arrest. Officers with the Yakima Police Department and first responders with the Yakima Fire Department were called to the intersection of South 16th Avenue and Grant Street for a report of a car crash just before 2 a.m. Authorities say witnesses reported a red Honda Civic was involved in a road rage incident with a passing vehicle when it struck a Volkswagen Passat turning left onto South 16th Avenue. According to police, the driver of the Passat suffered severe injuries and was taken to the hospital. His passenger, a 24-year-old woman, also suffered severe injuries, including a broken pelvis and ribs, and was taken to the hospital. Witnesses reported the 27-year-old driver of the Civic was going 20 miles above the speed limit, and authorities say they also have evidence he was under the influence of drugs or alcohol at the time of the crash. The man, who is from Union Gap, was charged with vehicular assault and DUI, but was not booked into jail because of his injuries. Anyone with information or video from this crash is asked to call Officer Jim Yates at 509-575-6246 or email him at the address on your screen. We'll return in just a moment, but first Stacy Lee joins us live now for another quick look at the weather.
Gonna have to get started early today, not only to scrape that windshield, but be prepared for some dense fog and freezing fog in the area. Drive safe. We'll be right back.
And the FDA says it has 82 confirmed complaints or reports of adverse events potentially linked to cinnamon applesauce pouches recalled due to elevated lead levels. That's next on Good Morning Northwest.
A successful real estate transaction requires a team of professionals. At Windermere, our team consists of experienced realtors to guide you through the process. With Windermere on your side and confidence in your real estate journey.
Whatever the holidays mean to you, get the most out of them in a new Honda. Whether it's taking in the lights with all your friends in a spacious Accord, or taking in a snow day in a rugged CRV. Your holiday adventure awaits with a new Honda during Happy Honda Days. Buy online, reserve from select dealers, or visit your local Honda dealer today.
It's Monday Night Football on Saturday as Detroit takes on the Cowboys live from Dallas. The Lions battle the Cowboys, a special Monday Night Football. Watch Saturday starting at 4:30 only on Apple Valley News Now.
Enjoy nature with McBee Mountain being a short hike away, and return to Anna Laurie, where every sip of wine showcases Washington's beautiful terroir. Try one of Anna Laurie's house-made pizzas where creativity and unique flavors change seasonally to pair with their delicious full-bodied wines. Take in the views of Red Mountain and experience the true meaning of farm to table, showcasing the fruit of the land and their efforts. Make your reservation to visit Anna Laurie Winery today.
Welcome to Solstice Senior Living, an all-inclusive independent living community in Kennewick. Here you'll find a quality dining experience where meals are served 3 times a day with multiple options to choose from. Solstice offers a variety of floor plans, includes weekly housekeeping, Wi-Fi, cable, and utilities. Solstice is a great place to meet amazing friends. Get on our bus twice a week and do some shopping. Call today for your free tour and you'll see why Solstice has been voted Best Independent Living in the Tri-Cities.
Ring in the new year with style at More Furniture's New Year's sale this holiday weekend. We're celebrating all weekend long with incredible values on furniture and mattresses in time for the new year. Your home deserves a fresh start for 2024, and we've got everything you need during the New Year's sale at More Furniture. Visit your local showroom or morefurniture.com to preview all sales specials.
Hi, I'm Jim Hall with the Foundations at Kadlec. Thank you to the hundreds of generous donors who support the Kadlec nonprofit mission. I'm in my 30th year here and have long known the great impact Kadlec caregivers have on patients. My awareness is even more personal now as I'm in the midst of receiving cancer care from Kadlec colleagues. Please consider a financial gift to the Foundations at Kadlec and take comfort in knowing our caregivers are always here, working to keep our community healthy and safe.
Portions of Apple Valley News Now, sponsored by Lord's Health and Trios Health, making communities healthier.
Cardiac arrest is a leading cause of death in the United States, especially for those who are Asian American and Pacific Islander. But there are steps you can take if you encounter a person experiencing a heart attack. Natalie Grant explains what you can do.
According to the American Heart Association, about 90% of people who suffer a cardiac arrest outside of a hospital setting do not survive it. If you go into cardiac arrest in public, bystander CPR significantly increases your chances of survival. However, not everyone has the privilege of learning how to perform CPR, especially those from a marginalized background. The American Heart Association adds that only 26% of Asian American, and Pacific Islander individuals say they can confidently perform CPR because they never properly learned. 46% claim they are likely to perform CPR, while 69% are hesitant to perform hands-only CPR because they're worried they will hurt that person. It's crucial that bystander CPR is taught among minority communities so that people who suffer cardiac arrests have a better chance of survival. Not only will it lead to more lives saved, but it will also help close the inequity gap. Free CPR classes are available in many communities. It's an easy way to help keep your neighbors safe. Natalie Grant, 4 News Now.
An update on the FDA investigation into the illnesses linked to cinnamon applesauce pouches. An FDA official has told Politico that lead contamination may have been an intentional act, and those responsible will be held accountable. The FDA found lead levels in cinnamon over 2,000 times higher than the proposed standards in an inspection conducted by an Austro Foods facility in Ecuador. That cinnamon, however, was supplied by another company, NegaSmart. The U.S. Food and Drug Investigation said on Tuesday it has 82 confirmed reports of illnesses linked to high levels of lead in the pouches. The majority of those impacted are very young, but also adults up the age of 53 have been affected. The pouches were sold in the U.S. under the brands Wanabana, Weiss, and Schnucks. Lead is toxic to humans, and there is no safe level. We're only a few days away from the new year, which is always a good time to see your doctor for a routine wellness exam. Health experts recommend you create an end-of-year health checklist. Consider getting screened for cancer, blood pressure and cholesterol, diabetes, osteoporosis, STIs, and mental health conditions. It's also a great time to focus on making healthy sleeping a priority.
In order to help improve your sleep, try to avoid looking at screens for at least 30 minutes prior to bedtime, and also remember to exercise during the daylight hours.
It also marks an opportunity to make sure you're up to date on all your vaccines. Even though the year is coming to an end, it's not too late to help save a life. The Harmon Center in Yakima and the Red Cross have teamed up for an end-of-year blood drive. It takes place tomorrow, this Friday, December 29th, from 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. Call the number on your screen to sign up to donate. Coming up, the aftermath of a winter storm is causing flight delays in the South as millions of Americans continue to travel for the holidays. And Stacy Lee will return with a look at your First Alert weather forecast.
I can't live without you now.
Don't stop believing.
Will you marry me?
Yes!
Hold on to that feeling.
Yes,
Don't stop believing.
Pasco Parks and Rec invites you to join in and get involved. They offer a variety of recreational classes and programs for all ages, preschool to adult. There's a class, event, or program to keep you moving. Sign up now for January through April classes. Register, reserve, or inquire today. Join all the special events Pasco Parks and Recreation has to offer. Learn more at PascoParksandRec.com. Get fit, have fun, do more with Pasco Parks and Rec.
Have you ever had a day like this? Bad days are why we got in the game. Capuzza Lighty, Accident Injury Lawyers.
Come home for the holidays. Step into a world of enchantment at Wild Horse Resort and Casino, where Santa's Workshop is open for the season, laden with over $90,000 on Santa's special list of cash and prizes, with more chances to win every week in December. Join us this Thursday, Friday, and Saturday for the $27,000 Winter Wonderland Grand Prize Weekend, with a guaranteed $10,000 cash winner. Start earning your holiday entries today. More winners, more often, from your Wild Horse family.
Does your phone have the Apple Valley News Now app? With top local stories, first alert weather, and an easy way to enter our contests. Make Apple Valley News Now your go-to information app. Search and download on the App Store or Google Play.
What happened?
Found someone dead.
What?
Hulu's killer hit comedy, Only Murders in the Building, is now on ABC.
I think we could solve this case.
For an exclusive winter event.
I'm so on board with this.
This just got super real.
Get out of the building now! Exclamation point!
Oh my God! Help me,
Hold on!
Okay, wow. You need to relax.
Only Murders in the Building, Tuesday, January 2nd on ABC and stream on Hulu.
Operation Best Friend on Good Morning Northwest, sponsored by Windermere Group 1.
From Apple Valley News Now, first alert weather with Stacy Lee.
And good Thursday morning to you. A little word of advice. You're going to want to get up a little early. If your car is parked outside, you might be scraping those windshields today. Plus, we're dealing with some dense fog in the area. Visibility very poor right now. 31 degrees on our Legends Casino sky cam. Our feels like temp is 28, so chilly. And as you can see, that fog just kind of hanging close to the ground. Our visibility is at about a quarter to a half a mile in the Columbia Basin, Tri-Cities. Same thing in Hermiston, Pendleton. We're all socked in right here. And even as you move up the valley between Ellensburg and Cle Elum, very poor visibility this morning. More of the freezing fog is concentrated here, but any fog landing on the ground at our freezing level now could cause pockets of ice. So be very careful this morning. Here's the area impacted this morning by our dense fog. The advisory will lift at 10 o'clock this morning, and hopefully we get a little clearing, but we still have very active weather. We're seeing wet weather on the west side. Majority of that's going to stay from the Cascades to the west. We're not going to really see a whole lot of moisture in our area today. So look for overall a dry day. And if we can get that fog to lift, we might even have a couple of sun breaks later on. Here's the weather pattern for the next couple of days, and it's mainly impacting the coast all the way from the Canadian border down through Oregon into Northern California. There are a couple of showers coming through, hit or miss Columbia Basin. It tends to go right around us. But as you notice, this jet stream's coming straight across the Columbia Basin Tri-Cities. That's a southerly flow coming up. So that's creating our warmer than average conditions, and we'll continue to see that for the next couple of days. Let's take a look at your future cast. Overall cloudy. I'm not seeing those clouds lift at all, but possibly. Here comes those showers mainly to the west of Tri-Cities. Could see a couple of stray showers in Yakima, Ellensburg area, but overall we're going to stay dry. As we get into Friday, we get very unsettled with a chance of precip on and off. throughout the region. Kind of hard to predict these guys because they come and go, and sometimes they just slide right around our region. If you're hitting the road this weekend, look for wet weather. Seattle's going to be raining pretty much all weekend and overcast. 40s and 50s for your high. You'll see rain Friday, Saturday in Portland, looking a little bit better on Sunday with a 20% chance. And if you're heading up to the Spokane area, look for those chilly conditions with a chance of rain on Sunday. Let's take a look at our temperatures around the area today. 40s and even 50s. Look at this. Dayton, the warm spot at 51. Pendleton hitting 49. We're going to stay in the lower 40s again with the lower clouds and fog in our region, and even a little bit warmer as you move towards the Yakima Valley. Here's your planner today. Foggy conditions. If we can get the fog to lift, we could see a little bit of sunshine. Temps in the 40s. Foggy through noon. Tri-Cities. We might get lucky later in the afternoon with a few sun breaks. Lots of fog for Walla Walla, unfortunately, sitting right there at the foothills of the Blues. Let's take a look at our temperatures for tonight. Mostly cloudy with patchy fog and freezing fog once again. A little bit warmer in the foothills. We'll be down in the freezing level in the lower elevations, Columbia Basin, and nice and cool up the Yakima Valley as well. So overall, get up early. You're going to have to scrape that windshield and drive safe. Remember, it's your low beams, not your high beams, and make sure your lights are on this morning. Riley?
Thank you, Stacy. Now to the extreme weather, once again impacting travel for millions of Americans during this holiday week. As we approach New Year's weekend, today is one of the busiest travel days of the year, and we're seeing a big storm in the Northeast and the aftermath of flight delays in the South. ABC's Rhiannon Alley has the details.
This morning, just days after a flood emergency in the Northeast cut off neighborhoods, prompting evacuations and high water rescues in New Jersey. Another flood threat, up to 4 inches of rain possible through the morning, causing more travel trouble through the busy Northeast. In the air, this holiday travel week already seeing a long list of flight delays with record crowds at the airport. The FAA blaming air traffic staffing problems and flight congestion for traveler frustration in Florida. Just days after Southwest Airlines was fined a record $140 million for last year's travel meltdown, the airline saw hundreds of delays yesterday. The FAA, for the second day in a row, imposed ground delays in Florida due to higher than usual traffic in the sky.
We had a big flock of birds we went through, and they even hit one there.
It was a bird strike that caused problems for this flight headed to Austin, quickly returning to Fort Lauderdale. It's the second bird strike on a Southwest plane in less than a week. One expert tells ABC's Gio Benitez that despite nearly 15,000 bird strikes in the last year, they remain a major concern.
They can be very serious. The airplanes are not built to brush them aside. It can cause an engine to fail.
Meanwhile, across the pond, 40-mile-per-hour winds made for a tricky landing at Heathrow Airport, but this American Airlines flight managed to touch down safely. Rhiannon Alley, ABC News, New York.
The Tri-Cities Airport in Pasco has been having a very busy holiday travel season. The airport parking lot was packed over Christmas and was also bustling inside the terminal. According to Airport Director Buck Taft, 15,143 passengers came through the Tri-Cities Airport between December 16th and the 26th. Taft says that's 18% more travelers than the same time period last year. The airport is on pace for a record year for travel, but Taft says they won't officially know until later in January. When we return on Good Morning Northwest, the famous New Year's Eve Times Square Ball is back with a whole new look for 2024. We'll take a peek at the changes coming up.
What have you got against tomatoes?
I don't know how anybody can eat those things.
No insurance? No problem. At West Richland Family Dental and Prime Dental Pasco, our membership plan starts at just $79 and costs only $35 a month. That's 2 cleanings, x-rays, and much more for just $35 a month. Learn more at WRFDC.com or PDPNW.com. Find us at one of our 2 locations, West Richland Family Dental and Prime Dental Pasco. Stunning smiles for the whole family.
This may look like a holiday shopping showdown, but it's a Nissan sales event ad. Good thing my Rogue has intelligent all-wheel drive.
So does my Altima.
Now get 1.9% APR financing for 60 months or save up to $2,500 on Rogue. Better hurry, these offers won't be back in stock.
The Y Card, a powerful resource for former Hanford and DOE employees. If you worked in the area and have come down with cancer, lung disease, Parkinson's, or renal failure, you may be eligible for financial compensation and healthcare services. A simple phone call can get the process started. Atomic Home Health. Don't wait. Call today.
You know, there's millions of people without the health insurance they need. I get it. You feel like it's too pricey, a headache to deal with, and not worth it. You deserve something better and better. We're on a mission to get everyone high-quality health insurance.
We have plans with as low as $0 out-of-pocket premiums, a network of local doctors, and a rewards program for making healthy choices.
Nice.
That's why we're America's #1 marketplace health insurance. So call us or go online now. And Better Health. On a mission for better.
Are you looking for a new car that's sporty, fun, practical, with great fuel efficiency? Check out the 2023 Kia Forte LXS at Overturf Kia and make a bold impression when you ride in style. Now, just $19,999. Plus, get 3.9% interest for up to 48 months. Take delivery today or reserve a car that is on its way. Shop online anytime at overturfkia.com. Overturf Kia at the base of the Blue Bridge in Kennewick.
Next DT celebrating 5 decades of Denzel Washington.
People say, what's your favorite film? I say my next one.
At home and on set.
All right.
Next DT.
Tonight at 7 on Apple Valley News Now.
Does anybody want my tomato? I don't know how anybody can eat those things.
You do know ketchup is made from tomatoes, right?
Season's greetings from everyone at Apple Valley News Now.
Welcome back. The iconic New Year's Eve ball in Times Square just got bigger and brighter as it readies for its big night on Sunday. And the ball has more than 2,600 crystal panels with a bow tie to match.
The design comes through a partnership with Fontainebleau in Las Vegas that remembers a time when Times Square used to be known as the bow tie. New Year's Eve organizers unveiled the dazzling design Wednesday at One Times Square, just days before the big celebration.
Wow, that is beautiful. Do you watch the ball drop every year?
So the last few years, I'm typically in the mountains, and so yeah. So this year I will be home. So if I can stay up that late, we'll see. Now that I'm doing mornings.
Instead of, and that's the funny thing about the morning schedule, I found that if something is happening at midnight, let's say the 4th of July, New Year's Day, instead of staying up late, because I wake up at 2 in the morning anyways, I just wake up early and then experience it then.
She's got it. That's what I'll do. I'll wake up early. All right. Well, I'll have a look at your first alert weather forecast. It's a foggy morning out there. It's coming up here in just a few minutes.
And coming up on Good Morning Northwest, Mexican officials moved to clear a migrant encampment on the banks of the Rio Grande River yesterday, while the Mexican president is urging better relations between the U.S., Cuba, and Venezuela. And the Department of Justice is arguing that former President Trump should not be allowed to use the courtroom to show disinformation in how his election subversion trial.
In today's Tech Bites, the New York Times is suing ChatGPT creator OpenAI and Microsoft, claiming copyright infringement. The newspaper says its published articles were used to train artificial intelligence chatbots. OpenAI says it respects the rights of content creators and is committed to working with the Times. Apple's Series 9 and Ultra 2 watches are back on the market. A federal judge has lifted an import ban triggered by a patent dispute with a medical technology company. The court case forced Apple to halt sales last week. The dispute centers on the device's blood oxygen sensor. And TikTok users are not happy that the app is demanding their iPhone passwords to view content. But workarounds have been found. Reddit users say updating the app to the newest version resolved the issue. Also, shutting down TikTok's restricted mode may do the trick. I once tried to make my TikTok password Fortnite, but it was too weak. Those are your Tech Bites.
A tiny pinch of Knorr chicken bouillon will save you more gas than driving downhill. Because just one sip of this delectable silky chicken ramen noodle soup will put an end to your drive-through dinner rituals. It's time to bring out the cook in you and tell them to throw that glorious powder in that tasty, silky combo of delightful carrots, luscious mushrooms, and a touch of bok choy. Knorr Taste Combos. It's not fast food, but it's so good.
The right age for Neutrogena retinol?
That's whenever you want it to be.
It has derm-proven retinol
That targets vital cell turnover, even skin tone.
and smooths fine lines with visible results in just 1 week. Neutrogena retinol.
The all-in-one and done symptom relief of Mucinex is delivered fast with DoorDash, so you don't have to leave the couch. Boom! That was fast. Mucinex, available on DoorDash. It's comeback season.
U.S. officials met with Mexico's president yesterday to find ways to limit the surge of migrants at the southern border. And the Department of Justice is taking steps to prepare for former President Trump's criminal election subversion trial, arguing the former president should not be allowed to sow disinformation in the courtroom.
And I'm tracking dense fog and freezing fog in the area. Get up a little early today. Going to have to scrape that windshield. I'll have all the details in your first alert weather forecast.
This is Apple Valley News Now. Good morning, Northwest. On your side.
Good morning and thank you for joining us. I'm Riley Fitzgerald.
And I'm Stacy Lee. Hope you're having a good morning. It's a good one to get up a little bit early. I wanted to sleep in personally because I'm not quite used to these morning hours yet, but definitely have to scrape the windshield this morning.
Yeah.
And we want to drive a little bit slower because we have lots of dense fog in the area. Our visibility is anywhere from a quarter to a half mile. So an important reminder is don't click on high beams because you can't see. You got to put your low beams or your fog lights on in this kind of weather. Plus, we're going to see pockets of frost or slick roadways in places, especially over those bridges and overpasses. So just be aware of that. Take it a little easy today. Here's our dense fog advisory that is in place till 10 o'clock this morning. Freezing fog further up into the Yakima Valley. 31 degrees right now. Legends Casino Skycam. Winds are light at 3 miles per hour. Let's plan your morning out. Again, there's that fog and dense fog continuing at least through 8 o'clock at this point, with temperatures staying in the chilly 30s there in Yakima. That fog continues into the Columbia Basin. Temperatures remaining in the 30s at least till 8 o'clock. And in Walla Walla, that fog hanging around. Now, the best we can hope for is for the fog to clear out a little bit later today. And if it does, we might see a couple of sun breaks. But other than that, get ready for a foggy morning ahead. Riley?
Thank you, Stacy. We turn now to the crisis at the U.S.-Mexico border. Leaders in Mexico last night announcing a new strategy aimed at alleviating the situation, a move that comes none too soon as border officials brace for record-high migrant crossings. ABC News' Rachel Bate has more.
Mexican officials unveiling a new task force to address the migrant surge at the U.S.-Mexico border, a move that comes after U.S. officials pressed the nation to do more to stem the crisis. Sources telling ABC News that U.S. Secretary of State Antony Blinken and DHS Secretary Alejandro Mayorkas pushed Mexico to step up immigration enforcement within their country, help reopen ports of entry, and encourage migrants to stay in Mexico. Mexico's Foreign Affairs Minister heeding that request, telling reporters after the meeting that as part of the new task force, Mexico will regularly meet with countries in Central and Latin America. The next meeting will be in January. One senior U.S. administration official telling ABC News that the U.S. is pleased with what Mexico proposed. The news coming as overwhelmed border officials brace for the arrival of this caravan, a group that's estimated to top 6,000 migrants. The month of December is on track to have the highest number of apprehensions ever, according to CBP officials. Some days they predict could even reach 10,000. Elsewhere in the U.S., Republican Texas Governor Greg Abbott continues to infuriate Democratic mayors by sending migrants to their own cities, all on the taxpayer dime. New York City Mayor Eric Adams rebuking him.
To stop the games and use of migrants as political pawns. We need the state and federal government's help in resettling and supporting the 68,000 migrants still in our care, as well as those who are on their way and those yet to come.
Mexican leaders also told U.S. officials that they'll crack down on smugglers. Meanwhile, back in the U.S., a sweeping bipartisan border bill remains stuck in Congress. Justice Department prosecutors are trying to stop former President Donald Trump from sowing disinformation in his criminal election subversion trial. In a new filing Wednesday, prosecutors asked the court to implement parameters around Trump's claims of political persecution in his defense. Prosecutors say Trump will likely try to politicize the trial to convince jurors to ignore the facts and legal standards of the case. Currently, most case proceedings have been suspended due to an appeal over whether Trump can be shielded from prosecution because of presidential immunity. Trump faces charges of conspiring to defraud the United States and to obstruct an official proceeding. The former president has pleaded not guilty. The trial currently scheduled for March 2024. Stacey Lee joins us now with a look at your morning weather forecast.
That's right. We're looking at fog, dense fog, and freezing fog in the area. All the wet moisture staying on the west side of the state so far today. All the details coming up in your First Alert full weather forecast.
And for those of us who bought live trees for the holidays, it's time to start thinking about how to get rid of it. When we come back, we'll tell you just how you can toss that tree, and that's next on Good Morning Northwest.
As a mom, a food blogger, a wife, and a business owner, time is everything. So whenever something comes along and frees up some of my time, it's a game changer. Electrolux has made my life that much better. With a little more time for this, and this, and this, and this. And the Fred's family made it so easy, from selecting the perfect model to their swift installation. Fred's is a game changer.
The chill of winter has always been warmed by the glow of tradition, which sometimes starts as a simple gift that is then passed from generation to generation. The holiday season gives us just one more reason to find joy in the little things. And as years fly by, we realize the true gift is actually in the time we get to share together. This season, as past gifts turn into today's treasures, here's to creating that one more cherished moment with the ones you love. Yakima Federal Savings and Loan, celebrating tradition since 1905.
In a time when good service is hard to find, turn to Mel's Intercity Collision in your time of need, serving the Tri-Cities for nearly 50 years. With towing, repair, painting, and more, trust in Mel's. Mel's Intercity Collision, treating you and your car with respect.
Not being able to see up close can be frustrating. Introducing Eye Candy, the sweet new way to see everything bigger, brighter, and better than ever before. This lightweight, easy-to-hold magnifier utilizes an optical-grade lens that enlarges print by 300%. Yes, 300%. Embedded in Eye Candy's frame are 12 anti-glare LED lights that dramatically help increase clarity. It's a flashlight and magnifier in one. Lightweight and portable, Eye Candy is ideal for dimly lit restaurants. Read recipes, prescription bottles, or nutritional information. Order now to get your Eye Candy for only $19.99. But wait, there's breaking news. Eye Candy may be discontinued. Due to rising costs, Eye Candy is shutting down and stopping manufacturing effective immediately. There's a strict limit of 3 Eye Candies per order. Order now.
Call 1-800-931-3546 or visit tryeyecandy.com. That's 1-800-931-3546. Order now.
Oh no, you hate coming home to a dark house. You need the Bell & Howell Bionic Spotlight. The instant the motion sensor detects movement, Bionic Spotlight triggers 8 high-intensity LED lights that shower the entire area with light and then shuts off 30 seconds after it stops. Get the motion-activated Bionic Spotlight for just $19.95 with free shipping. If you order right now, you can double the offer and just pay a separate fee. 2 Bionic Spotlights backed by our 5-year warranty for one low-value price. And the shipping is free. Here's how to order.
How do you know when you've made the right decision? It's the feeling you get in your gut, the one that tells you what's right or wrong. It's the voice inside you that says, I'm buzzed. Better leave the car when it's time to go. Buzz driving is drunk driving.
Portions of Apple Valley News Now, sponsored by Lord's Health and Trios Health, making communities healthier.
If you were someone who bought a real tree for Christmas this year, it's about that time to start thinking about how you'll dispose of it before it becomes a fire hazard or a big mess of needles. Apple Valley News Now's Jill Sperling tells us where and how you can recycle your tree in the Tri-Cities.
If you live in Richland, curbside pickup is available through the first 2 weeks of January. If your tree is over 6 feet tall, it will have to be cut in half and must be in the yard waste can. You can also drop your tree off at the Horn Rapids landfill at 3102 Twin Bridges Road. Winter hours are 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. Monday through Saturday. In West Richland, Ed's Disposal will pick up trees left out on the curb. In Pasco, Basin Disposal will pick up residents' trees for free if you call ahead. Trees need to be cut down to 4 feet lengths. Christmas trees can also be dropped off at Pasco Big Cross on Road 36 through January 21st. These trees will be chipped by Franklin County Road Crew to spread out along the trails. And in Kennewick, the trees will be accepted at the Waste Management Transfer Station at 2627 South Ely Street. For all drop-off and pickup options, residents are required to remove tinsel and ornaments before disposing of their trees. For Apple Valley News Now, I'm Jill Sperling.
If you find yourself with a special gift that's just not right for you, now is the time to return it. But the thought of going to a shipper and waiting in those lines to send items back is tough. So this year, Uber and DoorDash are making that daunting task easier. In Uber's new Return a Package feature, a driver can drop off your packages at UPS, FedEx, or the post office. It costs $5 a trip for up to 5 packages. DoorDash is also getting in the returns game with a free package pickup and delivery to a shipping company for all users through December 30th.
With returns, it's another hassle for consumers today, and what we offer is that time savings.
Okay, I just got a notification that the driver has returned the package, and he even took a copy of a receipt.
An easy return and one less errand to run. Gasoline prices will drop in 2024 for the second year in a row, according to projections from GasBuddy. The industry tracker predicts Americans will spend $32 billion less at the pump next year. It projects an average per gallon price of $3.38 in the upcoming election year. And that would be 13 cents less than this year, a big drop from 2022's average per gallon of $3.95. The forecast would be good news for consumers who are highly sensitive to swings in the cost of living, especially at the gas pump. A couple of years ago, gasoline prices skyrocketed to record highs as Russia's invasion of Ukraine set off global shockwaves. Coming up, 2023 was a year of disruption in entertainment. And when we come back, we take a look at everything this year had in store for Hollywood. And Stacey Lee will return with a look at your First Alert weather forecast.
E.T. and Extra, tonight at 7 on Apple Valley News Now.
This may look like a holiday shopping showdown, but it's a Nissan sales event ad.
Get 1.9% financing for 60 months on Rogue. Better hurry, these offers won't be back in stock.
A successful real estate transaction requires a team of professionals. At Windermere, our team consists of experienced realtors to guide you through the process. With Windermere on your side and confidence in your real estate journey.
Let Columbia Safety's experienced staff prepare you for emergency situations. Get certified in CPR, First Aid, Nursing Assistant, or EMT. Visit columbiasafety.net to sign up for our in-person or online courses. Columbia Safety, training for the future.
What if you could whiten your teeth by simply brushing your teeth? Now you can with Smile Actives, the teeth whitening breakthrough that safely gets your teeth white and keeps them white every day, just by brushing your teeth.
I never thought that whitening my teeth could be so easy. I just put the gel on the brush, the toothpaste on it, brush, and I can see my white teeth.
Simply add Smile Actives to any toothpaste and our patented PolyClean technology activates into a powerful microfoam that penetrates into the enamel surface to safely lift and remove stains.
You need a simple way to whiten your teeth. Without strips, without trays, without going to the dentist. And it was about time that a product was developed that you would be able to do that with just brushing.
And now Smile Actives is even better with new Pro Whitening Gel with 33% greater whitening power, clinically shown to whiten teeth faster, up to 8 shades. 100% of users saw whiter teeth. on food stains, coffee and wine stains, even on veneers, crowns, and dentures.
I eat the blueberries, I drink the coffee, and I know that Smile Actives will keep my teeth white every day.
If you could use something so easy like Smile Actives to take yellow teeth to white teeth, why wouldn't you?
Why spend hundreds of dollars for whitening treatments at the dentist when now you can whiten your teeth with new Smile Actives Pro Whitening Gel every time you brush your teeth? Call or go to smileactives.com and for a limited time get new Pro Whitening Gel for just $24.95. Order in the next 5 minutes and buy one get one absolutely free for just $24.95. That's 2 for 1 and save 58%. We'll even include free shipping. Get your teeth whiter guaranteed or return it within 60 days for your money back.
I smile every day now.
The difference is literally night and day.
So now I'm always smiling, always choosing, because now my teeth are much whiter.
This offer is not available in stores, so call or click now before the special buy one get one free offer goes away.
This may look like a holiday shopping showdown, but it's a Nissan sales event ad.
Get 1.9% financing for 60 months on Rogue. Better hurry, these offers won't be back in stock.
From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Stacy Lee.
And good Thursday morning to you. Let's take a look at our Skywatch radar. Dry on our side of the mountains, although foggy. Here's the active weather. And most of that active moisture is going to stay on the west side today. We should see a mainly dry day. We are dealing with a dense fog advisory this morning all through the Columbia Basin into the Yakima Valley. Freezing fog there. And again, we're seeing some very poor visibility. Check out our Legends Casino Skycam. So you're going to have to scrape the windshield, so get up a little bit early. Plus, you're going to want to take it easy, especially over those bridges and overpasses where we could see some pockets of ice on the roadway. Here's what our visibility is looking like for Pendleton, Hermiston, Tri-Cities. We're down to less than a half a mile of visibility through the area, down to about a quarter of a mile visibility. So remember, low beams or your fog lights, not the high beams, but make sure your lights are on this morning. A little bit better in Walla Walla, Ellensburg, same thing. We're just socked in. Here's the active weather pattern again, moving into the Pacific Northwest. Lots of active weather, but most of the moisture will be staying on the west side of the state. Here's what things look like the next 3 days. We'll kind of zoom out. You see all this active weather, but again, most of it staying to the west of the Tri-Cities area, even in Spokane. We'll see a few unsettled rain showers coming through, but look at the flow. It's all coming up from the south. That's bringing the warmer temperatures, keeping us well above the average. But we are going to see most of that rain. It's going to be in central Oregon. We could see a couple of stray showers make their way into the Columbia Basin and Yakima Valley. Futurecast, clouds are staying around today. Hopefully they lift and then we could see a little bit of sunshine. Here's some active weather coming through the central portion of Oregon, right into the Cascades. West of Ellensburg, with a couple of stray showers, a little unsettled here in northeastern Oregon, the Walla Walla Pendleton area. Most of it should pass right by the Columbia Basin. However, Yakima could see a couple of stray showers. Not looking at any sort of freezing rain or anything like that. So look for that morning fog. Hopefully, I was being positive here, clearing in the afternoon. Temperatures on the warm side, 51 today in Dayton, 44 in Yakima. For tonight, look for mostly cloudy skies, more patchy fog, temperatures right around above the freezing level for the foothills of the Blues, below the freezing level for the rest of the area. Here's your 7-day planning forecast. Fog in the forecast through Saturday. New Year's Day looking pretty good, a little bit cloudy with those warm temperatures hanging around for us. In the Tri-Cities, where we've got more fog for the next couple of days, those temperatures staying above the average by several degrees on Monday, which is your New Year's Day, looking pretty good. And it looks like it's going to be dry on Sunday. A little bit of a different forecast for the mountains. If you're heading up that way, we're going to see some scattered snow showers. No big snowstorms predicted. However, you could encounter a few snowflakes over the weekend. Look for that fog and patchy fog right on through Saturday in the Walla Walla area, with those temperatures staying on the warm side. Riley?
Thank you, Stacy. It's time now for a look back at the big stories in entertainment in 2023. You'll definitely recognize the names and events that made this year such a memorable one. ABC's Melissa Dunn reports.
2023 was a year of historic events and major change in entertainment.
I think we could sum up entertainment in 2023 with one word: disruption.
In May, the Writers' Union went on strike against Hollywood studios, and in July, the Actors' Union struck as well.
Those strikes literally brought Hollywood to a screeching halt. Nothing was going on while the writers and the actors were on strike.
It was the first time the two unions had been on strike together in 63 years. The writers reached agreement with the studios in September, and the actors' strike ended with a new deal in November.
Everything, everywhere, all at once.
Everything Everywhere All at Once was the big winner at the Oscars, taking the Best Picture, Best Actress, and both Supporting Actor awards.
Hi, Barbie!
Hi, Ken! Two very different movies released on the same day in July dominated the summer box office.
When I think 2023 in film, I think Barbenheimer. There's nothing else really. It is all about Barbie and Oppenheimer. People were going to see Barbie and Oppenheimer on the same day.
Welcome to the Eras Tour! When it comes to music in 2023, one name stands alone.
Taylor Swift, Taylor Swift, Taylor Swift.
She had the highest grossing concert tour of the year. The movie from that tour became the biggest concert film of all time. She was named Time Magazine's Person of the Year, and she practically broke the internet with her relationship with Kansas City Chiefs tight end Travis Kelce.
I have nothing to prove to anyone at this point.
Beyonce's Renaissance tour grossed more than $500 million this year, and like Taylor Swift, she took her concert movie directly to theaters.
Beyonce could have had any studio distributing, her concert film about her Renaissance tour, but Beyonce said, you know what? I don't need a studio either. I'm going to go straight to the theaters.
On TV, Succession earned the most Emmy Award nominations this year with 27. The Last of Us had 24 nominations. The White Lotus has 23, and Ted Lasso earned 21. The Emmy Awards show was delayed this year due to the Hollywood strikes. It will air in January. Melissa Adon, ABC News, Los Angeles.
When we come back, it's one of the most notorious holiday foods ever, and when we come back, we get into just what it takes to make a fruitcake.
A successful real estate transaction requires a team of professionals. At Windermere, our team consists of experienced realtors to guide you through the process. With Windermere on your side and confidence in your real estate journey.
Shelby's Floral, your homegrown neighbor with worldwide connections for over 45 years. Shelby's, more than just a flower shop, specializing in beautiful custom arrangements, live plants, silk florals, home decor, and all things Christmas. We're unique and we're here for all of life's occasions. Shelby's Floral at the corner of Clearwater and Edison in Kennewick. Stop by today and let our experienced designers help you with all of your floral needs. Shelby's Floral.
A little over 10 years ago, my family and I decided to get involved with the Arc of Tri-Cities to work with the kids to have a good time. We would dance, we would do crafts. What I didn't know getting involved is how much it would impact me and our family's lives. We're blessed to live here and to work with local nonprofits, so it's really important to support those in need. I'm John Inman, and I'm driving change at McCurley.
Find your way home in a new Subaru from McCurley Subaru during the 2023 Subaru Share the Love event.
Tempur-Pedic's latest lineup is available at More Furniture. Get special savings on Tempur-Pedic's newest state-of-the-art sleep systems and get 72 months interest-free financing. Side sleeper, back sleeper, hot or cold sleeper? Get fitted for your perfect sleep system no matter how you sleep. You won't believe the difference of a great night's rest, and you'll sleep easy knowing you got the very best value from More Furniture. When you take 72 months to pay, visit a local More Furniture store for a test rest.
Before the tree was trimmed, before the stockings were hung, and yes, even before Thanksgiving, it was already home. At McCurley, we know it's the people, traditions, and memories that make this season bright. And that's why we're here, because a vehicle is more than just a vehicle. It's also one of the ways you bring the holidays home.
Find your way home in a new, used, or certified pre-owned vehicle from McCurley Chevrolet.
From the first day I met Gary, I did say that this is a man I could marry.
There's hope that I have someone that I can enjoy the rest of my life with.
I took a chance with Gary. Now that I found him, I don't want to lose him.
She is what I've been looking for.
The Golden Wedding, live January 4th on ABC.
If you feel moody or down during winter months, you could suffer from seasonal affective disorder. Find ways to keep your attitude steady throughout the year at applevalleynewsnow.com.
Proudly sponsored by Prosser Memorial Health, your 5-star rated hospital. This is how we care. Seasonal Affective Disorder Month, sponsored by Prosser Memorial Health.
And let's take a look at those temperatures around the area. Now this morning you're going to be dealing with fog and dense fog through the region. Plan to start your day a little bit earlier today, but temperatures will top out in the 40s. We're on the warm side through the region, well above the average. So again, that's what it looks like in the Kittitas and Yakima valleys. Let's take a look at the Columbia Basin and the Tri-Cities. Once we warm up, we'll hit those mid and low 40s through the area as well. Hermiston at 42. Tri-Cities and Prosser at 41. And the foothills of the Blues, look at that. We're seeing 51 degrees and we're almost to January. Pretty rare. Those temperatures well above the average there as well. So get ready. You're scraping the windshield. We are seeing a little bit of frost and ice. We could see patches of ice on the roadway. Black ice possible this morning. Dense fog all through the region. So start your day just a little bit earlier.
Well, yesterday was National Fruitcake Day, and love it or hate it, that sweet dessert is synonymous with Christmas time, fruitcake. And some judging it without ever having tried it.
I have never tried it. Pat Brink takes us behind the scenes to see how it is made and offers up to strangers passing by and to see how they react.
2016 online article has a headline, 7 Reasons You Should Never Eat Fruitcake, and the subhead that reads, throw it in the trash. That's a pretty harsh sentiment for a traditional Christmas sweet. Hey, what is your thought on fruitcake? You like fruitcake?
Not a fan, no thank you.
Scott Johnson of Johnson's Bakery says he generally makes 2 batches of fruitcake each season.
This makes about 76 pounds of fruitcake altogether.
The process to make fruitcake is actually a 2-day project. What is your thought on fruitcake? Do you like it?
Not really.
On the first day, 12 pounds of golden raisins,
pecans,
7 pounds of pecans,
that's 1 loaf,
and 30 pounds of candied fruit are mixed together in a large bowl. Then they're covered so the flavors will meld overnight. In addition, a special sauce of brandy, almond bark, and other secret flavorings is created, and it too will sit overnight.
You're not my favorite thing.
Day 2 is when it all comes together. The cake part is created. The sugar and salt is combined. And then flour and eggs are added along with butter, a lot of butter. And then the special sauce is added into that mix. Would you like to try a piece of fruitcake?
Sure, why not? It's very good. I didn't know it was going to be so jello-y in the middle, I guess. It's pretty good.
Now it's time for the batter to meet up with the fruit, nuts, and golden raisins, which have been patiently waiting. And once again, the ingredients are all mixed together. From there, the raw fruitcake creation is put into the foil tins, 2 pounds at a time. More fruit and pecans are added to the top, and then egg wash is applied. Would you like to try a piece of fruitcake?
No thanks.
Why not?
All right, I'll try one. It's good.
It is, isn't it?
Yeah, it's real good.
I think a lot of people have the wrong impression of fruitcake.
I'm one of them.
Into the oven go the fruitcakes, and in just a bit of time, they're ready. They'll be bought by customers at Johnson's Bakery and enjoyed over the holidays.
Okay, Riley, once all those ingredients were explained, it doesn't sound terrible, but no.
It doesn't look super appealing.
That must be what it is. Plus, I'm not a big gummy, gooey, chewy fruit person.
Yeah,
so.
But I like that the preconceptions kind of what people thought, like, no, I don't know if I like it, and then they tried it, and both of them said it was good. So once they tried